All righty, folks, get ready. Strap yourself in. We got Omar ready to bring the heat in the fire because he just lit his team up the other day with a critical concept that he calls the double D's. No, get your mind out of the gutter. That's not what he's talking about.
Let's
Omar,
go.
what are the double D's? And let's go for it.
Well, you know what? And I took this. I didn't take it from anyone else except you, Michael. Your daily discipline, right? This is the thing. I want to discuss it because it's something that like resonates with me, and I want to share it, and I'm passionate about it as well. And the one thing I'll tell you, if you rely, this is the crazy part. If you rely on your discipline, you don't need the motivation. Okay, because at the end of the day, motivation wears off. You're not motivated to get up in the morning, but your discipline will take over, right? If you want to get fit, if you want to go run, do you feel like running, Michael, or is it your discipline to go do so? Of course, it's the discipline to go do so. You may not, unless you do like to run, awesome. But most of us don't like to put in the work. Most of us don't like to make those phone calls. Most of us don't like to go get rejected. Most of us don't like to go lose on investment property, right? Or pay $70,000, $80,000 for a rental and get a $300 or $400 cash flow, right? And I'm taking it one step further, right? Because if you focus on your daily discipline, it'll trump any type of lack of motivation that you have because you have an end goal, right? But guess what discipline is? It's the self-control that you must have for the daily activity, right? Not something different, not this. And let me ask you this, Michael, and I want to turn around on you real quick because I see someone that had the discipline for a really long time, had the consistency, right, on doing the work over and over again, expecting the result to come later, not immediate, right? Plus the focus that you had of what your goal was, right? Your goal was either 100 doors. First it was 50 doors, then it was 60 doors, then it was 80, then 100, then 180, 190, whatever it is now, right? So the discipline has, and this is the same stuff that I was giving to the team yesterday. And this was our motivational Monday, intentional Monday, or our intention for the week was the discipline, because discipline needs to trump every fucking thing that you do. Because if you don't, you're not going anywhere. Without the
Yeah.
lack of discipline, will not get you there. Even the skill set, if you have it, you may not even let it shine because the discipline hasn't taken over. Self-control, consistency, and that focus. I want to ask you, Michael, that those three things you had to have during your journey, and you still have.
Oh, yeah. I've told a lot of people that I did not appreciate the fact that they were my superpower until after I was retired. Right. I've had this ability to, yeah, I have a goal, a target, but that's just out here in fuzzy. That's like a North Star that I know where I'm going. But to me, I've always broken down things into activities. I take those set of activities and have targets, and then I track those either daily or weekly. And I'm so glad you brought this up because in 2023, I've told people when asked that I thought it was a horrible year. Now, if people go back and look at my channel, we spent a month in Asia. We did 3 weeks in Europe. We bought a crazy ass house. We did some really cool stuff. But I didn't have that fire. I didn't have that growth. I never got uncomfortable. I wasn't reaching for anything. And it really boiled down to the fact, Omar, that 2023 was the first year I wasn't tracking my disciplines. I wasn't tracking my activities. So I pivoted January 1st. I created a brand new spreadsheet of all my activities. I've set goals for those activities, and I'm reporting them every Sunday morning. On Sunday morning at 9 a.m., you're going to see my spreadsheet. I've already done 3 weeks. I'm 3 weeks in already. Some of them I hit, some of them I missed. I'm just here I am, just out there. And I already feel better. I already feel like I'm making progress. And it's everything. Motivation is it's gone in an instant. the
It
first
is.
no, the first rejection, the first whatever. But if you could do something for 28 days, it becomes a habit. It becomes part of you. If you could do it for 90 days,
Right.
you'll be a different person. So, it daily discipline, the double D's, as you called it when we kind of talked off air, is it's everything. You add on top of that focus, right? And you become, almost unbeatable.
And you know, for what you just said, that you felt kind of weird in 2023 because you didn't track, what happened is, and this is just outside looking in, we're we're creatures, right? We're creatures of habit, right? But at the same time, if we are not challenging ourselves, we can't see progression. If you're not tracking anything, you can't see progression. And because we are so, like, when you don't progress, you get in a lull. You get in a weird funk because you don't seem to like want, and you don't seem to have the results by progression. Even if you're driving, it's like you're going to turn the car on, you're going to drive. You're not
Mhm.
just going to sit there with the car on.
Yeah.
And that's what you just said about 2023. That's something different, to where I'm like, okay. That's something that, like, I'm focusing on, of the daily progression, because what else we got? Like,
Yeah.
if we're not fucking growing, we're literally stagnant. And what
Mhm.
happens to stagnant water? It gets murky, it smells, it's fucking nasty.
Yep.
It just gross. Running water's always a lot cleaner and fresher, is it not?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's so much in this. Again, I got really reflective between Christmas and New Year's. I'm like, I just wasted a year. It's like, I don't feel any better at the end of 23 than I did the beginning. And it was all because I never got uncomfortable. I wasn't striving for things, and that's really
Mm-hmm.
weird, right? I did 1,500 videos. Um, we did some other really cool stuff, but I was like, I personally never got uncomfortable. So for example, I'm going to do something at 52 years of age that I've never done before, and that is run a marathon. I not only declared it, put it out there, I already registered the $200 for the event, right? I'm committed. And now, by the way, one of the things I track
Right.
every week is how many miles I'm running. And to your earlier analogy, I don't like running, but you know what? I got to complete this freaking marathon because I'm going to tell tens of thousands of people,
That you did
for the
it.
next 10 months that I'm going to do it. So I better be able to finish this damn thing or I'm going to feel horrible, right? Um, it's everything, man. And the other thing I'm doing, I haven't gone to really events other than being a speaker. So I'm going to go to 3 events this year as an attendee, and I'm going to absorb. So one of the ones I'm going to right off the cuff is Sean Cannell's putting on an event in Vegas at Think Media. I think it's called Grow Live or something like that. You bet your butt. Sean Cannell is somebody I want to listen to and somebody I want to follow and somebody I want to get better with. So I'm spending thousands of dollars to go to that event. Um, yeah. So I'm I'm
Nice.
2024 is we are 3 weeks in and I am already having more fun in 24 than I had all of 2023. It's crazy.
That's crazy. You know what's Yeah, that's phenomenal. And the reason being is because you're progressing, because you can
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah,
And
it's
we're creatures that way, that we're meant to keep progressing. We're meant to see that, like, that next goal, or that next marker that we hit.
mhm.
And I'm sorry, but progression keeps you alive,
Yeah, and
like vibrant.
the other thing I wanna hit is the double Ds, right? The one I put on top of that is focus, and I really wanna hit this for a minute
Right?
because if you're doing the daily disciplines, the double Ds, and I just think that's funny to say the double Ds. I'm sorry. I'm a teenage boy at heart, I guess.
I told you, I'm like, double D's, baby. Let's go.
It's just funny to me. I'm sorry. It's just funny. But focus is important because you can't you can't do everything, right?
Mhm.
You're still limited. You still have 24 hours in the day. You still sleep 7 or 8 hours. You still have you still have a job. Like most of the people that watch my stuff, Omar, aren't entrepreneurs. They're employees. So if you're going to
Right.
go start and grow a YouTube channel, you're going to start and grow an Etsy thing, you're going to run a marathon. You got to do that outside of everything else. So I do want to add on that extra F of focus. And once you add daily discipline and focus, you could do almost anything.
100%.
It's just the only question is how long. You can build a portfolio of
That's
4
where the
units. How long?
consistency. That's the
Exactly.
consistency part of it, bro. Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Just
That
keep doing it.
self-control, the consistency, that focus, like those three, like is the ingredient of discipline. Because you
Yeah.
have to have the consistency, the focus. You have to have the self-control to actually freaking do the work.
You know what? I again, maybe when you're in it, you can't see it, but
Right.
one of my most common nicknames at work when I was running big teams was the hammer.
Uh-huh. That's what
Because
I'm talking about.
I just kept swinging the hammer, right? I just kept hitting the nail, and eventually the nail would go in, and I would move on and hit a different nail, right? I wasn't looking to hit the nail in with one swing. I wasn't doing. I was just. I'd come back for more, and I'd come back for more, and I'd come back for more, and um, that's it, man. Daily discipline, focus, be consistent, and you can accomplish amazing things, whatever it is.
Amazing things, whatever you set your mind to, and
Yeah.
whatever you truly have passion for.
Alrighty,
Because
folks.
I do believe though, but before we close,
Mhm.
here, Michael, I know this is a great, and I know we don't have that much time, but wherever your focus, like where focus goes, energy will flow. If you focus on what you want, energy is going to be there and it's going to flow to you.
Mhm.
But how can you get focused if you literally can't have the consistency plus the self-control and the discipline to actually do the work, those double D's, that daily discipline on a consistent, focused, self-control basis?
Yeah, it's so amazing,
That's,
folks.
yeah. I mean,
Omar and
sorry.
I are here for you. We want to know what amazing thing you are going to do in 2024. Put it in the comments below. We want to celebrate you. We want to hold you accountable. We want to see all of you win. Leave a comment below. Omar, where can people find you?
Guys, follow me on IG at Invest with Omar or my website, omaralfaro.com. We push a bunch of stuff out there. I want to see you guys, participating, and comment below for sure.
Thank you, buddy. Take care.